Welcome to Costa Travels. As you can see, I'm pushing my little jalopy along the way. This time I'm going to take you to a different place. We're going to, nope, we're not in the Rio Grande Valley, but we're not too far away either. So we're going all the way to Alice, Texas. Who hasn't been to Alice, Texas here? Well, I guess a lot of people have never been to Alice, Texas. Alice, Texas is about, I'd say, about 100 miles away from the Rio Grande Valley and about maybe 150 miles away from San Antonio. So it's almost in the middle. So it's been a long time since I've been to Alice, Texas. Used to come here sometimes to cover the football games, the high school football games. They're a big rival. They almost every year they beat us, almost, not all the time, but they normally did. So, but what I really find really unique here, you're gonna see in a little bit, is their downtown area. Boy, it's amazing. This is the way you mostly come into Alice, Texas. Either coming back from San Antonio, you can come in through here, and if you go here south, you'll go back on the road heading towards the Rio Grande Valley. But yeah, I remember those days when I used to come here. I remember one day it was really foggy. It was so foggy it was hard to drive. But you know, one of the worst things you can do in my opinion, my mind, is to stop. Because I mean, first of all, they didn't improve the roads here till maybe the late 80s. It used to be like a one-lane highway going from the Rio Grande Valley to Alice. And that's it. One way coming, one way going. And so when it got real foggy that one day, it was not smart to be stopping. So I kept on trucking and kept on going, and thank God everything went well and I made it back. But I'll never forget that night. It was so foggy you couldn't even really see the road. I would just keep an eye on the line on the road, just the white line, the white spotted line. Look at this. Here's downtown Alice, Texas. I swear it takes you back in time. Look to the side. You see the red lights or the traffic lights? I bet you haven't seen those in ages. I can remember when I was a little kid that's the way that they mostly were. They were on the side of the street, and they didn't look exactly like this, but that's what they were. They were on the side of the street, and you can see them as you drive up. It even took me a while to get used to the traffic lights on top of the, like nowadays where you can see them on top. It took me a while because they were set up like across the street, so before you know, you had to stop before you get to the stop sign or the traffic light. And when they put them up on the top, it was like across the street, so it took me a while to be cautious to stop before I got to the intersection. There was a guy in the military that even made that was really hard when they came up with these traffic lights. They were on top, because here on these poles, red's on top, green's on the bottom. And then they put them on top, the people that are colorblind, they go by where the red light's supposed to be, like here, red on top, green on the bottom. So when they put them on the top, it was hard for them to distinguish if red was on the right or the left. So it made him a little, that's what he said, it made it a little more difficult for him to drive. But this is pretty neat, right? You go back in time here. It looks like you're going back to the 50s or 60s or the early 60s, but more like the 50s. And said, I always like this little town. They have a HEB, at least one, maybe more. They're renovating their downtown. I stopped and visited with this nice young man here at this wine place. I'm sorry to say that I misplaced the video my interview with him, so I'm still looking for it, but I misplaced it. So I'm just going with the road video here with a little music, and I still want to show off Alice because I think it'd be great for people to come and visit and go to his wine place, the Vino place. It's real fancy music, and I bet you it gets real lively on the weekends. This was like a Wednesday or Thursday when I drove through Alice, Texas. Like I said, back in the day, we used to come here and cover the football games, and more than often they beat our Rio Grande Valley teams. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I drove into the further into town, like I said, with the HEB and some of the other businesses. I know they have a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and that's all I can remember. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Burger King, McDonald's, uh, and of course HEB. Other than that, I don't recall what other stores are here, what other businesses. If anybody knows a little more, they can comment. Okay, so here we go. You can see some of the buildings have been knocked down, but it's looking pretty nice. It's improving. With the young man that I was talking to, he said he was living in San Diego, California, and he came back home. I don't blame him. You know, this is a nice place to come and live, but I know it probably is not as beautiful as San Diego, but he has his reasons. San Diego is a very nice place to go live. But here we are in the heart of the oil. Oil made this town. When it was booming, man, that's how this town was created back in those days. There's a train that goes by, and the 281, Highway 281, that goes right through here. If you're going to San Antonio from the Rio Grande Valley, this is one way to go. You could go, if you live like in the Harlingen area, and that you can go up there, which is 83 and 77, and you go up to Corpus Christi, and then in Corpus Christi you go west. You saw the police car there. There's a cop car, and here we are. We're going back. Now we're heading west. We're heading west in Alice. Look at all the lights here, and if you look to the left, you're gonna see this little wine place, this vino place. Oh, we should have slowed it down. There it is. There's the vino place right there. Very good. Viva Vino or something like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the quick little trip to Alice, Texas. Don't forget to subscribe, and I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, Costa Travels. Visit with me next time. We'll go to San Antonio. Bye-bye.